So my husband showed me a video the other day of a sermon. I can't remember who it was, but it was basically along the lines of your gift is not for you. And that's why sometimes the Lord will have you doing things even when you are crying out, even when you are in pain, even when you are struggling, even when you are at your lowest. And sometimes it can be confusing and it can be defeating. And it made me think about this current season that I'm in. It made me think about just how a month ago I was literally at like what felt like the lowest of lows that I've felt in a long time. And in that period of time, the Lord was still having me speak to and encourage others. He was still having me heal or help others heal. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here crying out to God in literal tears, like I am at the end of me, like this, like I'm exhausted. And it made me think about a couple of specific instances where I'm literally telling my husband, like, I just, right now, the enemy is just attacking my mind. I'm just all over the place. Like, and then we had a client call me and she's like, hey, I'm going through this hardship and I just really needed some encouragement. And, I thought about you and your husband and I just felt like y'all were the perfect people to kind of help me through this and speak to me. And I'm just like, okay, so while I'm experiencing it, I'm speaking life into her. I'm, encouraging her. I'm uplifting her so that she can continue on to the next day and to, through her journey and what she's got going on. And then I remember actually being, I think it may have been like the next day or a couple of days later, I'm on the flight home from military training. And I literally just had like a whole breakdown the night before. I'm crying my eyes out, just boohoo, bags under my eye. And I'm just like, I'm just ready to get home. And I'm just like, I don't even want to talk to nobody. Why this man sits next to me from Honduras? And we don't talk the entire flight. I go to sleep because I'm just over it. I'm just ready to get home. I'm just emotional. And at the end of the flight, we ended up having a conversation. I think it was over cookies. And he starts, hey, can you tell me where my next flight is? So I start helping him. I see his ticket. And then he just tells me his life story. And he's like, he's literally like, he got jumped the night before. And what was it, they took everything. His sister had to pay for his flight. He thought going to, I think I was connecting in Dallas, he thought going to Dallas was going to better his life, but it actually, the last 2 years have been so hard, and it's just been like one thing after another, and I'm just like, boy, can I relate. And so here I go, speaking life into him, literally encouraging him, telling him, like, God's got it. Like, you're already on the right path. You're headed to, do something better, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, hey, can you walk me to show me where my next gate is? So I'm walking to him, still encouraging, still speaking into him, like, okay, God, like, what are you doing? And next thing you know, I think I said God one too many times. And he was like, I actually gave my life to God about 3 months ago in a Christian church. And I was just like, God, you are not funny. You are not funny at all. And just a few days after that, I'm literally sitting there crying to God. Like, I'm mad at this point. I don't even know if I'm mad. I'm hurt. I'm just letting it all out, everything out. And I'm just like, God, I literally have nothing else. Like, I just don't know what to do. I'm giving this to you because I don't know what to do with it. But I'm letting you know this is how I feel. This is where I am right now. Like, I need some answers. I need some help. I need some blah, 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 blah. I'm crying, pouring my heart out. And I try to run from God. I'm like, you know what? I don't even want to deal with this right now. So I pull out my phone to go to social media. This is in the middle of me spending time with God. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't even want to think about this right now. And something led me to Messenger, where one of my former soldiers had been watching my videos, and he was like, hey, I've got some personal stuff going on. Do you take prayer requests? because X, Y, and Z is happening and I just need some encouragement. I just need my faith is weak and blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, me too. And literally I'm like, God, I have nothing left in me, but whatever little strength I have, I'm going to put my problems aside right now and I'm going to give it to him. I'm going to, whatever I have left in me, whatever little faith that I have right now, whatever little hope that I have right now, I'm pouring it into him and I'm interceding on his behalf in prayer. And I start praying for him. And I'm just like crying out, praying that whatever is going on in his life, that the Lord just leads him. And then at the end of it, it wasn't like God was like, okay, I'm going to work on you now. He was just like, good. And I'm like, okay, I'm okay right now. And so I go about, and it's like just instances like that where the reality is sometimes you're not going to have the answer. Sometimes you're going to be at the lowest that you will feel like you are at, like, but your gift is not for you. And so that means sometimes you're going to have to put your current problems aside. You're going to have to put your needs aside. And God isn't saying, like, oh, I forgot about you or I'm dismissing you, but I need you to see that it's bigger than you. And eventually I worked through, and God showed up in a miraculous way. And, just, I just can't even explain, but it was just like God just needed me to see. I called you to help encourage others. I called you to help others heal. Yes, I will heal you. Yes, I will take care of you because you are my child. And I don't just care for you, I care about you. And sometimes you will have to use that gift in the darkest of times, the darkest of places. And it made me think about Tasha Cobbs Leonard when she said that she was literally dealing with depression and she would be out singing these songs, helping other people, and then go home and cry in the dark. And it also made me think about I can't think of what his name is right now, but he sings the song "I Trust You, Lord." Yes, I will trust you, Lord. And he was like, when he wrote that song, him and his family were staying in a hotel. They had no home. They were in a motel. They had no home. Like they were just in and out of their car. It was just the darkest time in their life. But that trouble, that season, birthed such a beautiful song because he used his gift. And I don't know, I just really wanted to come on and say that, like, keep going. Even if you are in a dark place right now, your gift, your gift, your gift isn't for you. Continue to use your gift, continue to be the light that God needs you to be so that you can help others. At what was a dark time in my life, I was still able to speak to help, to encourage other people to keep going. And also reminding myself, also encouraging myself, because when I'm speaking to them, it was like it applied to me as well. So God's like, I need you to remember those words that you have. The answers that you're seeking, you have because you just spoke it to them. Now I need you to remember and speak it over yourself. And sometimes you got to do that as well. It's easier for us to give our gift and to speak life to other people, but we have to remember that that power isn't just for others, it's for us as well. Speak it over ourselves. Remember God's word. Speak God's word over you and continue to show up and allow your gift to make room for you. Y'all have a beautiful day. I just wanted to get on and say that.